Just checking on the garlic. So this is I think it's 4 feet by 7 foot bed that was planted. This one was planted in October, and it started sprouting last fall. We had a really mild fall. You can see kind of some of the damaged tips here, but they're all bouncing back. They grew earlier than I typically like. I usually plant around that time and they come up a little tiny bit, but not as much as they did last fall. So I was kind of worried if they were gonna be all right, but as you can see, they're all doing really well. And I have another 3 by 3 bed of garlic that I'll show you too. So this kind here is the first time I've grown this kind. It's Metechi. These are all hardneck varieties. Hardneck is usually a little more winter hardy, so that's typically what we grow. I can't remember how many of these I planted. I think altogether there's 150 or 200 maybe. But about half of this bed is this Metechi. And then I also have, these are Music, which is a porcelain type hardneck. These are baubles. So this is their second year, and they're basically just, if you don't, hardneck garlic will develop a scape, which is the flower stalk. And if you, usually I remove that and it creates a bigger bulb, but if you let it go, it kind of develops, not really seeds, but they're kind of like mini cloves. Like, they're different sizes for different varieties, but for this porcelain type, they're, you know, not much larger than a piece of rice. So last year they looked like little blades of grass, but they're a lot bigger this year. And when we get to that point, I'll show you what the scapes and the flowers look like, and we'll collect some baubles together. And then here is another variety. This is German white. This is the first time I've grown this kind as well, and these by far were the largest cloves and bulbs of any of the types that I'm growing this year. So I'm curious to see how big we can get. And then over here we have chestnut, and they're all doing really well too. And I think for the most part all of these are up, but by far the Metechi is the largest. And these were all planted around the same time, mid-October. Then over here these ones didn't get planted until I think it was mid-November, and this is more typical of what I'm used to seeing this time of year. They're all just poking their noses out. They're all starting to come up. So this is all music garlic. This is what I've grown the last 3 years or so, and what I saved the baubles from. So this is all my own saved garlic. And I have, I can't remember if I think just one row of Nootka rose, and this is the only soft neck I'm growing. You can see one of them poking up there. They're a little farther behind. They're not up yet. And I haven't had the best luck with soft neck, but I thought I would try it. You can never have enough garlic. So, April 2nd, that's what the garlic's looking like. This is kind of an exciting bed too. So this is a 4 foot by 8 foot bed. And if you look down here, that's a little asparagus baby. So This bed was planted with asparagus crowns grown from seed. This is their second year, so I won't actually be harvesting any of these, but maybe next year. And over in one of those beds that still has to be moved, there's 3-year-old crowns, so I'm hoping we might get 1 or 2 spears from those this year, but they're not up yet. That bed stays a little more frozen a little longer. Fingers crossed. I thought I better show this little area too. I do have some random garlic cloves and baubles shoved in here. But shoved in amongst this is Egyptian walking onions. So I got a small clump at the farmer's market last year. This is the first time overwintering here. Produced a couple little seeds last year, so I planted those in amongst the garlic. And over there we have some chives growing. So that's what we've got growing.